right, y'all, if you're just tuning in, it's 26 minutes after the hour, y'all. We had just heard the clip from Julia Jackson, the mother of Jacob Blake, who was shot by the police officers 7 times in the back on Sunday while grabbing his T-shirt. And what's going on with Herschel Walker's son, that video he made, whatever. Also, it's riots. Riots has broken out. And did y'all see the video of that white man with the machine gun that ran through the crowd and he shot somebody? And it turned out, and I posted on Facebook, you can look at the picture and judge for yourself to see if that's a Wisconsin police officer that was dressed in regular clothes. I put it on my personal Facebook page, and you can judge for yourself. Went and got out of uniform and put on some civilian clothes, and they was challenging the protesters and whatever. And it's crazy because instead of being on the side of, they don't understand black folks' mindset right now with all of these police shootings, and it's got to stop. What are we supposed to do?
Well, for one, I mean, the organization that we have now with not riots, but with protests and all that, we have to do that. We have to protest, but we also have to organize in terms of going to this whole thing about qualified immunity. That has to be dealt with on a governmental level. Like, we have to be able to lobby Congress and lobby the Senate to deal with qualified immunity, because basically what that does is that's giving cops a blank check to do whatever they want to do with no repercussions and pretty much no oversight. And if we don't deal with that, then this is going to continue, because they don't have any fear. They don't have any fear of consequences. The protests are loud, the protests are noisy, but at the end of the day, they don't care, because this stuff continues to happen. At the end of the day, they don't fear your protest. They don't fear your rioting. It's a nuisance, but it's not stopping anything. I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but it's not.
Well, see, this is my thing, because I believe that the protests are definitely demonstrating the pulse of the community, how we feel. Now, I think there are a lot of people that take liberties because there are peaceful protesters, and they add to it and they kind of mess up what's going on. But this is my thing, especially with the police reform. There are nurses that deal with drugged, drunk, and combative patients on a daily basis, but you have never heard of a nurse having to kill one of their patients in order to get them under control. So the question is, how do we deal with the violence that does exist in all communities, but especially in our community where we don't end up dead?
Right.
That's the question.
Let us know what you think. 8669. Ricky, good morning.
I'm a young black man, and I'm tired of getting gunned down by cops just because they fear us. And every time we retaliate or we want to do something, the older generation tells us to pray, we need to heal, we need healing, we need all that. No, we need to stop them. Like, they need to stop.
I believe that there needs to be action. Just like Rickey said, it's time up for praying. There needs to be action.
I just want to emphasize that we as a community have been oppressed for so long. As a psychiatric condition called Stockholm Syndrome. And that's really taken over us. So when we have these responses and these replies where we pray for the officers, or we offer peace, or we apologize, it's the same thing in a domestic situation. You know, the woman never wants the guy to get arrested when the cops come, because she sympathizes with him, because she's been conditioned to do that. So what we're doing as a response as a community is a psychiatric condition, and we need to call that out, and we need to draw emphasis to it. And I think Rickey touched on it with, more self-protection and more just alleviate that psychiatric condition, that mental state of mind.
Like Special K said, cultural conditioning has us to the point where we act the way we act around police. But he was dead wrong for walking away from them after a stuff.
Violence begets violence, so I don't think we should stay and pray and let God make them our footsteps.
So what did I just hear the lady say that he was dead wrong for walking away
after the confrontation?
Okay, ma'am.
That's what she said.
Ma'am, first of all, police officers, I don't think that they fear black men. I think that they hate black men, a lot of them.
Yeah, I think it's a combination.
Yeah, a combination. Especially when you got a president at the top saying, go ahead and be mean, instead of putting your hand over their head, just push them in the car. And back in the day, we would have Make America Great Again. And he has okayed for this type of behavior and towards citizens of color. Now, it's funny that you can call up here and say that he was wrong for walking away, but you say nothing about the police officers. So what does that say about you and your mindset?
Yeah.
Okay, so what? So what? He walked away. He don't deserve to be shot in the back 7 times.
Exactly.
Lady, the hell is you talking about?
I don't even know why y'all let that call through for real.
Well,
Girl.
because what happens, the problem is this doesn't happen when the suspect is white.
No.
9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen. They walk away, they fight, they cuss, they spit, they do anything they want to do.
We put out a video with a white man in the same area with the same police department, if I'm not mistaken, going towards the police, chasing the police officer with a knife.
Yep.
Yes.
And walked away with his life. You understand?
Because they know that the response...
and killed 7 or 8, killed 9 black people in a church worshiping, and he was taking the Burger King before he went to jail.
Yes.
So don't talk to me about...
response?
Right.
Special K?
No, because they know that the response to killing a white suspect is going to be way different than the response for killing or kill a black suspect. They know it's going to be protests. They know people are going to be upset. You kill a white suspect, they know that there's going to be legal ramifications for what they did. They know they're going to be held to account, and that's a problem of systemic racism and systemic inequity in how people of color are treated in the justice system. And that has to be dealt with from the top down. I'm sorry, it has to be dealt with from the top down. We can't deal with it from the bottom up. It's not going to work because it hasn't worked.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
You know, as I sat there and I listened to what she said, I've been driving, and I want to say that anybody who's listening to this message this morning, I want you to say this is not a single person fight. We're not just fighting for Jacob Blake. This is for the Tatiana Jeffersons and the Sandra Blands and the Eric Garners and the Trayvon Martins and the Breonna Taylors. So for her to denounce the efforts of the people who are just plain old tired, I think that at this point is crazy. That's what's wrong with us. We can't unite. It doesn't matter that she doesn't agree with how the movement is going. When you set off a bomb, you don't control which way it blows. And I feel like they set off enough bombs for us to tear all this down, burn it all down. Because every mother that loses a child has lost a love. That is something beyond just telling to pray. We're beyond prayer. I'm tired of praying. At this point, if we don't burn all this down, then we're gonna keep dying. I mean, what else does she want us to do?
You know, you brought us over here to this country. Now you're telling us to go back after we done built this damn country on the back of our ancestors or whatever, and discovered damn near everything that we get to enjoy. And now we're not good enough to be here. You shoot us down. We prayed. We marched. We did everything we supposed to do. So you damn near have to be a perfect citizen in order just to live, right?
And that's impossible.
That man walked away from the police. That's not a death warrant. He don't deserve to die because he walked away from the police officer. He a man just like the police officer's a man or whatever. He was breaking up a fight. You don't know what the situation is. He was breaking up a fight, and the police, I don't know what happened, but him walking away, he did not deserve to be shot in the back 7 times. Lady, what are you talking about? But I bet you wouldn't have said that if he would have shot your child in the back. If he'd have put a bullet to your child back and shot your child in the back 7 times, you would have called up here and said something totally different. Don't call up here trying to manipulate and with all that kind of stuff.
And did it in front of his kids, Ricky. In front of his 3 kids that will forever be traumatized from that.
But
in the car.
The reports that I heard, the police thought that he was going to get something out of his car.
But if they didn't see him getting, no, I don't care.
It don't matter, Gary. They could have tackled him.
I know.
They could have tased him.
Listen, they followed him all the way around the car. You mean to tell me can't nobody run up on that man and jump up on his back and tackle him and detain him without shooting him in the back 7 times? What? Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, they could have pushed him away from the car from the opposite side of the door if they felt like he was getting something.
They
were behind him. They could have literally just grabbed him. If they
when
thought
he was coming around the car, they could have jumped on the hood of the car and got to the other side before he got there. He wasn't running; he walked around.
Well, the problem is, and I think what Gary was, somebody said, hold on. Oh no, I think what Gary was saying is that unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of putting cops in that situation of having to make that decision. Do I tackle him? Do I pull him? We don't have the luxury of making them try to figure out what we're gonna do when we reach down in the car.
Luxury.
Right.
It should be a civil right.
Exactly. We understand that. That.
Hold that thought. We'll come right back with it. Hold that thought. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 16 before the top of the hour, y'all. Don't forget that a police officer also shot and killed another black man that was walking away in Louisiana as well. So we don't want to forget about that either. And while we're still waiting on the Attorney General of Kentucky to prosecute the police officers that killed Breonna Taylor, he up at the Republican National Convention making a damn speech with his sellout ass. I said it. If y'all want to get at me, you can call right now, 866. I said it. Judge, you're a mammy. I said it, and I meant it. I'm so angry right now, I can't contain myself. Get at me, 866-9-RICKY, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Call me now.